Well, hello. Thank you for joining me today again on the Church History Trail. You're very welcome to the programme. We're continuing here in the town of Wexford, and this is a tower here, and obviously part of the walls of Wexford town. Probably a lookout tower, I would assume, back in the day. But John Wesley and Fredrick Douglass both have connections with uh, Wexford here, and I'm going to talk a wee bit about those connections. So, the Reverend John Wesley visited Wexford in the 18th century. He preached at the assembly rooms in Cornmarket, which is now the Wexford Arts Centre. It was originally the market house back then. Now, Wesley recorded in his journal that the building has the best acoustics of any that he had preached in. The Haddon family are said to have originally come to Wexford with John Wesley, and for generations the family ran a drapery shop on North Main Street. So there were regular Methodist meetings in Wexford by 1788, and there were two different Methodist congregations in Wexford by 1830. A congregation with connection to the Irish Evangelical Society and also the Separatists, who met in a private house. Now, the Methodist Church on Rose Street was built as a Wesleyan Methodist chapel in 1835 to support a growing Methodist population in the town. So you can see the other side of this tower here, built into the wall of Wexford town. They're doing a bit of work up there at that end. So it opened its doors on the 8th of March 1836, and the first sermon was preached by the Reverend Robert Newton of Manchester, and the church closed in 1973, and the funeral of the late Dr. George Haddon was one of the last services to be conducted in the church. Now, George was born in 1882 and he died in 1973. George was a member of the Wexford Corporation for many years, and he received the Freedom of the Borough in 1972. Now, he died on the 21st of July 1973, and he's buried at Crosstown Cemetery in Wexford. So I'm going to take you and show you the market house, which is now the art building, and this is the art building here. So it is. And then you can see the original building, which was the market house, just beyond. So the Corn Market, or the market house, which is now the Arts Centre, was built in 1772 and finished in 1776 in the neoclassical Georgian style. Now, as I say, John Wesley preached here in the assembly rooms in May 1787. He described it as one of the largest I ever saw, high and low, rich and poor, flocked together. It seemed as if many of them were ripe for the gospel. So this is where John Wesley preached, in this building here. How you doing? Could you tell me what that building is behind with that tower?
With the which?
With a tower. You know that tower on the wall? What? Aye. Do you know what? You know what the tower there on the wall, right behind your art centre? Do you know what that?
The town wall.
Aye.
Yeah.
And is that just a tower?
Oh yes, yeah.
Aye.
Tower. Sorry, I thought you said tower.
Aye, yeah. Tower. So it's just a tower, lookout tower.
It's a part,
That's what I
part
thought.
of the town wall.
Aye.
And the boys are restoring it actually around the corner here at the minute.
Yes, I seen them there at
Yeah.
that.
And
Brilliant.
do you know where they're restoring it? That's called John's Gate Street, and there used to be a gate coming in and out of the town.
Oh,
The
that
town
was
used
the
to be
gate, was
from
it?
there down to the sea.
Aye, down to the bottom
And that's
there.
it, yeah.
Yes. Well, here, thanks very much.
No bother.
Thank you, all the best. So there's also a memorial here to Frederick Douglass, which I'm going to show you. So it says Frederick Douglass. There's the man himself. Of course, the abolitionist. And so he spoke here on the 7th and 8th of October 1845 to mostly a Quaker audience. So it says here, Frederick Douglass. Just going to give this camera a wee wipe because it's got a wee bit damp with the rain there. Sorry about that. So it says Frederick Douglass, 1818 to 1895, runaway slave and renowned slave abolitionist, spoke here at the Assembly Rooms on October 7th and 8th, 1845. A friend of Daniel O'Connell, he equated the slave struggle with the oppression of the Irish. He advised President Abraham Lincoln and slavery that was legally abolished in America in 1865. And then it says, shocked at the poverty in Ireland, he said it was the first place where he was treated and felt like a free man. Then it says, no man can put a chain about the ankle of his fellow man without at last finding the other end fastened about his own neck. So that was Frederick Douglass, the abolitionist. And it was unveiled, officially unveiled by His Worship the Mayor, Councillor George Lawler, 29th of November 2019. So there's another plaque I want to show you here of this house, this Corn Market house. And it says here, and it'll tell us a wee bit how it got its name. The major part of the corporation's revenue was contributed by the corn tolls, medieval farmers entering by John's Gate, which that man just mentioned, met the buyers on the marketplace, their pack horse trains queuing for their turns. When the quay was built, the corn entered town by the waterfront. Thenceforward, sales were scattered and untaxed throughout the town. So there you go. So what I'm going to do is, so I want to remember the name of that. That's John's Gate. I'm going to show you this building, and then I'm going to take you around and show you John's Gate where the men are working. But I want to give you a wee view of the building first, from a distance, just to let you see what it's like. So that's the building there. That's the original market house here in Wexford town. So at least we've got a wee bit of info concerning the the wall here and the tower. We now know what that tower was. It was just a defensive tower for the wall of Wexford. But there was also a gate. So I'm going to take you and show you that gate. And then we'll wrap this wee video up. So that's the tower, the defensive tower built into the wall for the fortification, the defence of the city or of the town. Just have to negotiate these Steps now. So this is where the town gate was, where you see the scaffolding and stuff, according to that gentleman. That's where they're doing, excuse me, the work. So that was the gate into the city, or into the town. I don't think it was a city. And they're doing a bit of work on it there.